From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
But we want to begin with the rain currently moving through the bay, taking a live look outside toward the North Bay where the rain is currently coming down. Kind of hard to see, but let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Jessica Birch to find out where it's heading.
It is right around the corner for many of us here in the Bay Area. Yesterday's system alone definitely packed its punch. We got close to an inch up near Napa, about a quarter of an inch in areas like San Francisco, stretching all the way off into the East Bay near Concord. Now, the Santa Clara Valley, I will say this, by the time that system moved from the north to the south, it really started to die down. And we're seeing a similar trend with today's system that moves its way through. Today's is also a lot lighter. It's not going to produce nearly as much rain as yesterday, but here's where it's at right now as we zoom in closer to our local areas. Santa Rosa up into Clear Lake, all the way down into Winters and Fairfield. We're getting hit with just some light showers right now. Heavier pockets of rain just offshore, impacting areas like Point Reyes down into the Marin Valley, the Marin Headlands, Mill Valley, as we head into the next 15 minutes or so. As we head a little bit more south, San Francisco right around the corner, we're going to see some rain too. I'll have more on that in a bit and how long this is going to last. But for now, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jess. And let's get back to our top story. A warning by the FBI that terror groups will likely use the Israel-Hamas war, the call for violence in the U.S. over the holidays. And that has Jewish and Muslim places of worship in the Bay Area on alert and ramping up security, including one synagogue that has installed metal detectors.
The fact that the Jewish community has to invest in security because people are speaking in ways that are so harmful and so hateful, that's a huge disappointment.
And in the Muslim community, the Yassin Foundation is using video monitoring at its mosque in Belmont and the community center in Burlingame.
A house of worship, be it a mosque, a church, a synagogue, needs to be a safe and protected place for people to connect.
And these tensions will only heighten as Hanukkah begins at sundown. Police are already patrolling the Bill Graham menorah at Union Square. This is video from a previous lighting ceremony. That first candle will light at 5 p.m. tonight. We checked in with the Oakland PD and the CHP, who tell us they are not aware of any threats to Hanukkah events. Our Sean Chitna spoke with one business owner who says while she cannot ignore what is happening in her home country, she does not want it to take away from the joy of Hanukkah.
Here in Union Square, the menorah is in place for the first night of Hanukkah as they get ready to celebrate that holiday, one of many celebrations that will be happening around the Bay Area. Back here in Union Square, they are set to have the lighting of the menorah for the first night of Hanukkah, which will begin at 5 p.m. with folks gathering a little bit earlier at 3:30 for some live music before.
And Mayor London Breed, the San Francisco Police Department, the United Players are holding their annual gun buyback program this Saturday. Anyone can come to United Players at 1038 Howard Street in Soma to drop off any unwanted firearms, no questions asked. New details today on the shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. We have learned that the alleged gunman recently applied for and was denied a job at the university. He's been identified as 60-year-old Tony Polito. Police are still searching his apartment for more clues. They have also retrieved several of his electronic devices to try to determine the exact motive for that shooting. Meanwhile, students on campus are trying to make sense of all that violence.
We had to close the door and barricade all the tables up, about 6 tables up. I'm still scared out of my mind right now.
I was just trying to keep alert and trying to comfort students.
3 people were killed in that shooting, as well as the alleged gunman. A 4th victim remains in the hospital in critical condition. According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been more than 630 shootings in America this year. 49ers will go for their 5th straight win against the Seahawks on Sunday, but they can be without one of their top players. Our Vern Glenn explains in today's Red and Gold Report.
This is the Volkswagen Red and Gold Report.
I've got good news and bad news for the 49ers defense. The bad? Eric Armstead is unlikely to play Sunday against Seattle. He's dealing with a knee injury. The good? Linebacker Dre Greenlaw will be back on the field. Greenlaw was ejected Sunday for his sideline scuffle with Big Dom, the Eagles' head of security. Today, Greenlaw said both sides apologize. The play that set the whole thing off was Greenlaw slamming Devontae Smith to the ground. His 3rd personal foul this season.
I'm not a dirty player. I play by the rules. I mean, just because you tackle a little physical doesn't make you a dirty player.
Dre knows that he's got to obviously be smart, and guys are looking to rile him up out there. And I think for the most part, does a great job.
Back to Big Dom. Will the 49ers now have to worry about other teams using people on their sideline to try and bait one of their players into a similar situation?
Could that be a strategy for other teams to use a non-player or coach to try to get them kicked out of a game?
Oh, I can't wait till you see what we do this week. That can't be a strategy. And so they'll put an end to that, which I think they already have.
With a Red and Gold report, I'm Vern Glenn.
And that's it for the afternoon edition. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on the free CBS News app. Our next newscast is at 3 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.